Have you ever felt like studying is pointless? That life is good enough as it is, so why bother with school or learning? So, listen this story because the lesson in this story might just change how you see yourself and your future. In a small town, there was a young boy. He was smart and full of energy, but didn't enjoy studying. He found his school boring and pointless. Instead, he loves to spend his time with his friends or on his phone. His parents were worried. They tried to explain him how important education was, but he would always ignore them. After some days, his teacher also noticed his negligence towards his studies and decided to teach him a lesson. Next day, his teacher invited him to his house. When he arrived, he greeted warmly by his teacher. After some time, teacher asked the boy to do a favor for him and handed him a shiny, smooth stone and said, "Take this stone and go to the town market. Show it to the shopkeepers and ask them how much they would pay for it. But remember, don't sell it, just ask." The boy was puzzled. What's the point of this? He thought. But he didn't want to disobey his teacher. So, he took the stone and went to the market. At the market, the boy approached a vegetable seller first. He held out the stone and asked, "How much would you pay for this stone?" The vegetable seller looked at the stone briefly and said, "It's just a stone. I can give you 10 rupees for it." The boy frowned and walked to a fruit seller. He showed the stone again and asked the same question. The fruit seller examined it for a moment and said, "It's a nice, shiny stone. I can give you 20 rupees for it." Disappointed, boy thought, "Why is my teacher making me do this?" He returned to his teacher and told him what had happened. Teacher listened carefully and smiled and said, "Now, take this same stone to the jeweler in the town. Ask him how much he would pay for it." The boy nodded and went to the jeweler's shop. The jeweler, an elderly man, took the stone and carefully inspected it under the light. He turned it over, studied its edges, and then looked up at him with wide eyes. "This is not an ordinary stone," the jeweler said. "It's a rare gemstone. Its value is immense. It could be worth thousands, maybe even lakhs of rupees." The boy was shocked. He thanked the jeweler and ran back to teacher's house, his heart racing. When he reached to his teacher, he couldn't contain his excitement. "Sir," he exclaimed, "the jeweler said this stone is priceless. He said it's worth lakhs of rupees." Teacher smiled and asked, "Now, do you understand what I was trying to teach you?" The boy shook his head and still confused. Teacher smiled and said, "Dear, this stone represents you. When you showed it to the vegetable seller and the fruit seller, they didn't see its true value because they didn't know what it really was. They treated it like any ordinary stone. But when you showed it to the jeweler, someone who understood its worth, he saw how precious it was." Teacher continued, "You are like this stone. Without education, your true value remains hidden, just like the stone in the market. People may not see what you are truly capable of, but when you learn, grow, and develop your skills, your true worth shines through. Education is what polishes you and reveals your inner brilliance." These words of his teacher changed his way of thinking about education, and he understood what his teacher was teaching him. From that day on, he started attending school regularly. He worked hard and embraced learning with a new sense of purpose. This story teaches us an important lesson. Education is not just about grades or passing tests. It is the tool that helps us polish our minds, develop our skills, and show the world our true worth. Without it, we may remain hidden like an unpolished gemstone. But with it, we can shine brightly and make the most of our potential. So, the next time you feel like giving up on your studies, remember the story of a boy and the stone. Remember that education is the key to unlocking the treasure within you. If you enjoyed watching this story and want more lessons like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Like this video to show your support and share it with someone who might need a little inspiration today. Thank you for watching.